Hey everyone, I know a lot of people have been talking about this, and even though we are technically about 23 days, 22 and a half days away from WrestleMania, already people are talking about it, and people are talking about the matches so far, and what is going to happen to certain matches. Well, I'm just going to give my thoughts right now on how WrestleMania looks on paper. And as many people have said, WrestleMania on paper right now looks terrific. It's all up to the pay-per-view if it can deliver. Now, the matches so far, there are actually 6 matches. That's right, 6 matches. If you watch SmackDown tonight, you kind of get the idea of where the 6th match comes from. Hopefully, it won't be put in the same category it was last year, and that's a dark match. I think perhaps it might be on the pay-per-view this year because you got, well, I'll get into that in a minute. But so far the matches go like this. Basically we have, I guess you could put a triple main event. The first main event is 13 years in the making. It's actually I should say, not a triple main event, but maybe a quadruple main event. In other words, 4 main events. The first of the 4 main events is one that's 13 years in the making. That's Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon. Now, right now, it's being advertised as just a regular singles match, but I'm not going to be surprised that after this Monday, it'll be turned into a street fight. Because I got a feeling something's going to happen to McMahon that's going to cause him to make it a street fight. The second main event, for the World Heavyweight Championship, it's going to be Chris Jericho defending it against Edge. Now, as I've mentioned before in a video, this is going to be the first time that Edge will be appearing at WrestleMania as a face, basically a babyface in some capacity. Because ever since WrestleMania 21, he's been nothing more than a heel. Every other WrestleMania he's been at, he's been a face, with maybe the exception of WrestleMania 16. But ever since WrestleMania 21, he's been a heel. So now he's coming in as a face for the first time in about 5 years. So, and that should turn out to be a good match because both can really go, both can work. The second main event is for the WWE Championship. Now, many people are hoping that this is not the last match, maybe the second to last match, but it's going to be Batista versus John Cena. Now, reports going out that this could be Batista's last match for a while, because he could be one of the stars that leaves the WWE for a while because his contract's coming up. So, Batista against John Cena in what could be a good match, because they both had a fairly decent match at SummerSlam 2 years ago, so, and this being the grandest stage of all, it could be maybe a little better. So basically we got that match, and in the match a lot of people are hoping that even though it's not a title match, are hoping it's going to be the last match of the night. It's going to be Undertaker Shawn Michaels streak versus career. Basically, as I've mentioned before and many others have mentioned, we don't really know how this match is going to do. We don't know if they'll be able to top the match from last year. We don't know if they're, how the outcome's going to be, because we don't want to see neither one end. We don't want to see Shawn's career end, supposedly, and we don't want to see the Undertaker's streak end. So, I'm guessing, and just my thought, that if they try to outdo each other, the best way they can try to outdo each other is to KO each other. In other words, go to the point that both cannot get up and end the match in a draw. Even though it might disappoint some fans, do it the way I would do it is do it that way, but do it in a way that it might disappoint them, but the overall match will overshadow what they've done in the overall match will overshadow that. Then you got the Money in the Bank match, which I'm not sure if it's going to be the last Money in the Bank match at WrestleMania because they got the pay-per-view coming up later on in the year. But Christian, Dolph Ziggler, Shelton Benjamin, Kane, Jack Swagger, MVP, and as of tonight, in case you don't know and you don't like to read spoilers, I'm just going to give you two small spoilers. But as of tonight, Matt Hardy is going to be inserted into the match. Now, that means we have one spot left. I'm hoping that might go to Evan Bourne or Kofi Kingston, because both of them can really shine in a match like this. And then, of course, another spoiler from tonight is we're going to have, I mentioned earlier that it was at WrestleMania, but it was a dark match that you only saw on the DVD and the Blu-ray. And that is, for the second year in a row, we will have a tag team title match. On one side, we will have The Miz and Big Show defending against R-Truth and John Morrison. Now again, hopefully because you have Big Show on there, along with The Miz, well, because you have Big Show, hopefully they'll put that match on the pay-per-view. And if they follow true to what they've done in the past, because the last time they did the tag team titles was WrestleMania 22, I believe. If they stay true to it, then it will be the first match of the night. So we'll probably get that to start WrestleMania, and then probably get Money in the Bank. So, but yeah, according to the spoilers that I've read and the people I've been told by, the tag team titles will be on the line. So, but overall, right now, with those 6 matches, if you will, so far, it looks like a good pay-per-view. And of course, we're going to have probably another match or two added on in the weeks to come. Like, of course, we're going to have Triple H and Sheamus. We know that's going to happen. And of course, we're going to have maybe a Divas match of somewhat. And that's going to happen, maybe 2. So, but overall, it looks like a good pay-per-view, good WrestleMania on paper. And we're just going to have to see what happens in 23 days. And of exactly how it's going to really perform and stand up to what people have to say. And that's all I have to say. That's just my opinion. Again, just like everybody said, it looks good on paper. But the question is, will it succeed or over-exceed, or will it fail in many people's eyes? We'll just have to wait and see. That's my thought on it, and I'll talk to you all later.